Hey, welcome back. It's me again. Here's your project for Unit 5 in Dual Credit Government, and it's called the Free Society Project, and you're asking some questions. But before we really get to that, I got to ask you a question. What is red and smells like blue paint? Red paint. Haha. Anyway, here's your project. You're going to use supporting evidence from the documents and or videos below, down here, that that and you're going to incorporate your own personal opinions. And I want you to answer these three questions: what is a free society? How is a free society formed and maintained, and what's the citizen's role in a free society? And you're going to do this. You're going to present all this information that you figure out in either like a PowerPoint or Google Slides, or you can create a document, or you can get more creative and use Canva to make an infographic that has all this information. And there's a few pictures I want you to include too. So um, to answer these questions, you need to do the following. So the first part, you're going to do, what is a free society? So that's question number one that you're answering. And you're going to find a definition that you think best explains what a free society is. And you can include and not can, you need to include the text of your definition and cite your source. So if you go to the internet and you look up free society and it gives you a good definition, well, where did that come from? Or if you have a book that talks about it, or if you use AI and you produce one, you still need to source it, and you need to use proper MLA or APA format, and you must cite it. And I'm going to give you the link here for the Al Purdue site. I'm going to add it to this sheet. So when you watch this video and download this sheet, it'll have that link right here. And that gives you on how to cite sources and stuff like that. And then for the second part of the question is, you're going to explain in your own words why you chose this definition. So why do you think it captures the idea of a free society? What about the definition made you choose it? Your explanation needs to be 3 to 4 sentences, and it needs to include the evidence below. So evidence. So you're going to look down here and you're going to read through here and find evidence that supports this argument that you're making on what that means. And then finally, you need to include the picture. So for part one, you're going to have these 4 parts, and that's what you're going to be graded on. That one, I think, is worth 40 points, 40 or 45 points. You can see the rubric and it'll tell you. Then your next thing is, how is a free society formed and maintained? So you need to use your own words here. No looking stuff up. If you were to be in charge of all the things, how would you go about in creating and maintaining a free society? So this is the question I'm asking you to answer. Me, Craig, I would get on an island. I would clean up the island. I would give everybody a job. Everybody had active role. Whatever it is that you want to do. And go through those steps in that process. This needs to be about 5 to 7 sentences long, and and then what is something that is suggested that you would like to include as part of your free society plan? So again, looking through these videos, you don't have to actually cite them, but as you read through them, what's something that one of these people talk about in here that a free society needs? Does that make sense? So you need to include that in your source or into this. So that's part of the 5 to 7 sentences. And then finally, the second part is, what is the citizen's role in a free society? And if you've on this point and you've done it, you should have done our discussion for the ideal president. Okay, so for that one, we used AI to create an answer, and want to do the same thing with this one. You're going to enter in the prompt, what is the citizen's role in a free society, and record the response. So you're going to include that. Now review the answer. See, do you agree or disagree with some of it or all of it? Why or why not? What would you add anything to it? What might you take out of it? Using your own words and supporting argument with evidence from the recommended text and video, explain why in a minimum of 2 to 3 sentences. So your review needs to be 2 to 3 sentences. And you might say, well, FDR said blah, 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 blah. And this supports what AI says here, blah, 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 something like that, if that makes sense. So, and then finally, what do you think is the most important role? So after these 2 to 3 sentences, in a third sentence, and it could be a separate sentence, like a number 3. Finally, what do you think is the most important role a citizen can play? If there's a long list of roles, what is the first and foremost important? Is it voting? Is it taking an active role in their community. I mean, those are all things that probably will pop up. So think about those. And then your response needs to be one complete sentence. Doesn't need any evidence. You're just saying, this is why I think this is important. Okay. Here's all your links. If you click on one of these, when you get this text, it'll get you to see, there's the Declaration of Independence. When this pops up, you'll get the archives, because you need to download this and you'll be in Google Docs, so you'll be on the internet and all that good stuff, and make your copy of it. All right. Any questions? Awesome. Reach out. Let me know. Thanks. Bye.